The export window provides two related screens that allow you to review and export both local and remotely recorded datasets in a variety of standard formats. The Export and Review tab screen allows you to view and act on all recorded datasets. The Browse Remote Files tab screen allows you to access and transfer remotely recorded files directly from a Titan device or from files stored at a different location. Let's take a closer look at the various features of the export window. The main components of the Export and Review screen include a listing of the datasets recorded under the current test name, a drop-down menu that allows you to select a different test, a drop-down menu to select an export format, a button to select export options, function keys to select export commands, and hyperlinks to the current export and error log locations. Any dataset can be reviewed using the Review Data button, function key F4, or by simply double-clicking on a dataset. This action exports the dataset as an HDF file and launches a multiplot window that provides a thumbnail display of the complete test record and an expandable area below to display plots of selected data unit groups. Both analog and digital data types are supported in this window. Plots are selected by checking the appropriate box in the data unit tree and are automatically resized to fit the available space. Other operations that are available in the multiplot window include magnified views, panning, and scrolling. Enabling the Show Peaks checkbox displays an average of the missing peak values if the data was decimated. Enabling the Pause Refreshing checkbox will hold off screen refreshing to allow TCS to process the data on very large files more efficiently. The Show Points checkbox is used to toggle the sample points on and off. The Fit X and Fit Y buttons fit the data into the respective axes, returning to a complete overview of the file. TCS version 3.19 reads, displays, and records error information from Titan CPU and CPX expander devices. When an error has been detected, an alert message is displayed in the Errors column. The actual error message itself is stored in a log file in the Errors directory. To access the directory, click on the error log hyperlink. Error messages are plain text messages viewed using WordPad or a similar plain text viewer. Error messages can be a valuable tool in troubleshooting system configuration problems and alert you to potential dataset issues. For more information on error logging, consult the TCS user manual. The Browse Remote Files screen allows you to access and transfer external files into TCS or delete selected files. Clicking on the Browse Device button, function key F5, displays the datasets from the current test. Selected datasets are transferred to TCS using the Transfer Files button or by simply double-clicking on the dataset. A window on the right displays the status of the transfer. Transferred files appear in the Export and Review window with a -R appended to the file name, indicating that they were recorded remotely. The Export and Review window includes an FFT function that can be used to examine the data on individual channels. Appearing as function key F3, Show FFT produces a dedicated window that allows you to select enabled channels, adjust the FFT window size, and change the display units. Moving the cursor over the plot reveals the frequency and amplitude of the signal at the cursor position. Clicking on the Reload button resamples the data after making changes. After review, data can be exported in a number of standard formats. Formats are selected using the Export Format dropdown. CSV and TSV formats offer additional export options. These are accessed by clicking on the Export Options button. In addition to CSV and TSV options, the Export Options window includes additional selections for GPS and digital data when those sensors are part of the acquisition. GPS data options include clock skew correction, exporting GPS data as a separate file, or removing GPS data from the export. The Select GPS Channels button allows you to select specific channels to include with the GPS export. The Digital Data Exporting pane allows you to select the digital channels that will be included with the export. To ensure synchronization between exported analog and digital data, delay values can be applied to compensate for mismatches between analog and digital signals due to processing, filtering, and other factors. These are calculated values that will shift the digital data relative to the analog signal. For more information on using and calculating delay values, consult Mars Lab's application note APN 1017. After all options have been selected, clicking on function key F5 exports the data to the export folder. The status window on the right side reports the export status. Clicking on the export path hyperlink takes you to the export location, where the file can be copied or accessed for further analysis. This completes the fundamental elements in the TCS training video series. For more information on any topic from the series, consult the TCS user manual or contact Mars Labs.